How many tickles does it take to make an octopus laugh? 10 tickles. Welcome to Shave&Butcher. So there wasn't a lot of praise for my Scottish accent in the previous video, which I'm not really sad about, because I can't do Scottish accents. I can't do any accents. There have been a few requests, well, at least one, about other accents I should do, and I won't because I can't. I'm gonna do one non-Anglo-Saxon accent today. We'll see how that goes. Probably only funny for people from Sweden and myself, because we're going to do a Gothenburg accent. The Gothenburg is where I'm from, and this is how you speak English in Gothenburg. So we'll do that for a while and we'll see how good it is. The razor is going to be a Feather D Artist Club DX with the sharpest blade. Feather Super Professional, something like that. And the soap is going to be Dr. Harris Arlington, which is from London, and that's very fitting because Gothenburg, my town in Sweden, is called Little London by the people in Gothenburg, no one else. I'm already regretting this accent a little bit. The brush is going to be a 26mm extra density brush from Chinese Badgers and the Maseto company. So yeah, that's what we're doing. I'm at my country house alone and my friends say that's okay, as long as you don't tell anyone on social media that you travel to your country house, because it's not illegal or anything, but it's kind of frowned upon. So please don't tell anyone. Let's keep it quiet. I think the main reason is you shouldn't really put a burden on someone else's healthcare facilities than your own if you get sick. But that's okay, because I have an hour to the closest hospital in this region and an hour to the closest to my hospital at home, so I may as well go home if I get sick. So I promise I will do that. If you promise you won't tell anyone I'm here. Okay, just a little bit of moisture in the brush. We'll see how that does. You need a bit, right? And I get things going. That's just my towel falling down. Yeah, so this is a pretty good soap, but I don't use very often, so I can't remember what it's like. It was the favorite of the brush of the soaps I picked up during my infamous tour of the London shaving shops about a year ago or two. About a year ago, well, I think so, in April, a year ago, when I was unfortunate to be in London when it was raining, because it almost never rains in London. It's very sunproof, just like Gothenburg, where it's very rare that it rains. So it's pretty cool. So I'm here on my own because my wife says I need alone time. Says okay, I'll go. Alone time is nice. No one tells you you're drinking too much, and you don't have to wear pants and stuff like that. So I went to say, it's cool wife I have, gives me alone time, and then I realized it's she who wants alone time. She just wants me out to the bloody house. I've been home for about 5 weeks, which is a world record. Since 1995 was the last time she was with me for 5 weeks in a row. So clearly that's not a success thing. But that's okay. You do what you have to do. to keep the relationship going. So what I'm doing is I'm going to the country house with my dog, who's the favorite part of my family, and I'm drinking bourbon for a few days. So here we go, Feather DX. Ha, you know, a trick with the Feather Artist Club razors is that if you store the blade with the sharp side on the inside, a quick way to improve the shave is to turn it around and put the, you know, I am not very good at this. Put the sharp helvetes kukfitta. That means oh darn in Swedish. So you can learn some very useful Swedish phrases too. Yeah, this took me half an hour last time as well, and I did it on camera. Okay, bear with me. Hur fan kan det vara svårt? Ser ju inget. Det är för fan helt jävla tokmörkt här. Så, nej. Why was the Swedish guy's video 35 minutes? Well, 32 was him putting the bloody blade. So now the blade is in, and this is how you shave with the feather razor. Wow. So first use. Last time I shaved with the first use of this crazy blade was on camera too, and I cut myself quite a bit. So we're going to try not to do that this time. This is sharp stuff, I kid you not. Yeah. Doesn't matter if you cut yourself, I heal pretty quickly. Yeah. So I've been fighting all day, actually for 3 days, with the marquise, as we call it in English, in Swedish. I don't know what it's called in English. Marquee, maybe. It's the thing that you fold over your window like a rounded curtain to make sure the sunlight doesn't come in through the window. Yeah, because we've had sun for 3 days in a row. And it's really annoying because we are not used to the sun. So to change how it goes, you kind of pull a rope, a string. See, I'm bleeding already. And the bloody string broke. So my wife said, "Can you fix that? Or should I call someone who knows what they're doing?" So I said, "Fuck you." Of course I didn't say that. I said, "Darling, of course I can mend that." Okay, no battery. That's not very good. Of course I can fix that. So I've been on a ladder for a total of 6 hours. 7 hours during 3 days. I have to go down sometimes because I can't feel my legs or arms. God. So I'm better at selling wood pellets than fixing marquises. Incredible. But today I made it, and the damn thing actually works. So it was one of the things I had to complete before I was allowed to go have my alone time. So I did. I was motivated. That's all it takes. So it was that and changing to summer tires on my wife's car, because that was another requirement for going. So in Sweden we have, you have to have special tires in the winter because it's cold sometimes and a bit slippery. You get snow and ice and shit. Of course, down south where I live, it's not a lot of stuff like that. But you have to have it anyway, and it's the law, so you put them on and then you have to change them. So I did that too. So I'm a bit of a manly man today. Which is feels very unusual. Very unusual. So people in Gothenburg used to be called Kolle and Orda and Osborne. Osborne. Oh yeah, Osborne. Like Ossie. Very strange, but Osborne. It used to be a pretty common name, even if you were not a metalhead, and even before metal was invented. So that's a lot of jokes. Sorry about those three. Kolle, Orda, Osborne. But then came the football generation when the football team became good in Gothenburg in 1983. And then everybody was called Glenn. Everybody. It's incredible, because Glenn used to be a pretty uncommon name that maybe not the most clever people gave their sons. I don't know if that's a politically sensitive thing to say. I don't think there's a union for people called Glenn. A mosquito. I'm gonna kill it. Hang on. I got it. They're quite sleepy this time of year. Yes, so anyway, almost all the football players in the Gothenburg team, IFK Gothenburg, or Blue-White, or the Angels as they were called, were called Glenn. It's incredible. And some were actually good. You had Glenn. I'm not very good at football, so I'm going to get this wrong, but you had Glenn Strömberg, who was from Gothenburg. And he played for Atalanta when they were pretty good in Italy. And then you had the greatest of them all, Glenn Hussein, who played for Liverpool. That's pretty cool. And he was actually very good. He's the only person who got 6 out of 5 in one of the biggest tabloid papers when we beat or drew or beat England at Wembley. So 6 out of 5 is not bad. This is really, really interesting for people outside Gothenburg. I apologize. But someone has to do a YouTube video in English with a Gothenburg accent. At some point, and I'm not sure anyone ever has. We're bleeding a bit. Sorry about that. So, that didn't help. So there are a lot of shout outs to people who work in healthcare and, you know, driving trucks and making food for people in these corona times, and that's all very good. There's not a lot of people who sing the praises of us commodity traders. Just want to mention that. So here's your chance. So second shave and so on this blade. The last time I did 12 shaves were very good. It's like it's a little bit too sharp on the first attempt. Sharp is good, va? Men maybe a little bit. So I was asking my shavette guru, Frank Strömberg, if I should cork the blade or something, and he didn't call me a woman, but that's what he meant. So yeah, you can do that. You half person. I'm not saying Frank thinks of women as half persons. I made that up. I made everything up. The only thing he said was, sure, you can do it. I wouldn't do it. So I didn't, and maybe that was not very smart. Okay, half pass. Oh. That's a pimple, by the way. You know, and this is true, pimples in Swedish are called Finnish, like Finnish people. That's the correct word in the dictionary. Very strange. I don't know how that started. And while we're on the politically incorrect straight track, you know, in English you say pain in the butt. We say Finnish person in the butt or pimple. I bet all the Finnish people out there hope I cut myself a bit more. I actually like Finnish people. I'm just teaching you Swedish language and using whatever crazy thought comes into my head. You know, you're starting to see coronavirus inspired commercials now. It's pretty disgusting. So you have, who was it, Dr. Oetker. I don't know where they are from. They're saying you don't have to be together to be close. So then two people are eating pizza. They're in love and everything. And after a while you see that they're looking at iPad screens. So that's very nice, but it's a bit shitty, isn't it? Just rinsing down here. Don't worry, take it easy. Be happy. Pretty cool. You know, that was not a bad shave apart from the little weepers, and that's the finish. Yeah, so in the last video I talked about what soap does to whiskers, and I don't know if you believe me, but it's not my theory, it's chemical facts, what I said. I did get a few comments about water in the whiskers, and that people have experts saying water in the whiskers is actually good before you shave. That may be true. I'm not saying that's not true. I'm saying the soap takes away the natural oils. Aku. It's how to live. No scent, just alcohol. Swedish pharmacy stuff. Crazy. I'm bleeding a bit. Let's get the Alun, shall we? The Alun from Göteborg. Or actually it's from Portugal. Do you know what I mean? Svennis coached both Gothenburg and Benfica, so that's okay then, even if it's a Gothenburg shave. Yeah, so maybe water is good. So maybe showers and stuff is good. Which I said something else in the previous video. I don't know. Good or not, I don't know. But the soap, apart from making things slippery, and nice, slippery and nice, it's like a lubricant. It's like a lubricant. What it does to the whiskers is it takes out the natural oils and it makes the whiskers hard so that they pop and cut more easily when you put a blade to them. That's a fact. The rest I don't know. Very good, very cool. Damn, bit of blood. I bet you shave number 2 is going to be good, but 1, 2, 3 and the pimple. Proper weepers bleeding pretty heavily. I'm going to put a balm on, and it's going to be Swedish. It's not from Göteborg, it's from Borås. Well, I don't know where it's made, but it's marketed as Boråsish. So I'm going to give a shout out to the person who gives the most shout out in the wet shaving community. And I think it's the guy who makes the carb razor, Christopher Bailey. Does he make the carb? He talks about them a lot, and I think it's the same guy. But is he Canadian? I don't know. He doesn't look very Canadian. And he talks kind of like a little bit like a southerner, or someone who's on the borderline to the south, like West Virginia or something. I don't know. But anyway, he's a cool guy. He gives shout outs to a lot of artisans, a lot of us amateur YouTube people. Calls us content creators. Wow. Oh, so beautiful. I'm gonna tell my mother I'm a content creator on YouTube. She's gonna be so proud. So shout out to him. He's a really cool guy. He does a lot of good things for the wet shaving community, so thanks, Chris. I apologize for the accent, which wasn't even very good, a very good Gothenburg accent. But now I've done it, and I won't do it again. Thanks for watching. Take care. Stay sane in quarantine, and stay sharp.